this is Holly from Hot Humble Pie. Well, I absolutely love fall, so today I am going to be doing some fall crafting, and as always, I hope you enjoy the show. For this one, you're going to grab one of these candy jars with a lid. I love these. Now, this was $1.25 when I got it. It's probably $1.50, but you still can't beat that. That is a great price for the size, and it is so versatile. And I'm showing you here, the stickers come off really easy. You know, the labels. And if you have a little bit of the glue left behind, just tap it with the sticker that you pulled off and it will lift it off, and it's perfect. You don't need to do anything else. And now I'm taking some raffia and I'm going to fill mine with raffia. You can fill yours with whatever you want. I was thinking, you know, acorns, fall leaves, candy corn, or any kind of food that is maybe the color of autumn. And here's your free printable today. It will be down below in my description box in a link. Click it and it will take you right to it. If it doesn't work for you, just take a screenshot right off your screen. So I cut this out, and for this one, because the surface is shiny, I'm going to go ahead and use Mod Podge. The glue stick isn't so ideal because these plastic containers are super slippery. So I just used as little as possible so I wouldn't wrinkle anything, and I applied my image. And of course you could use whatever image you want here. Get creative. If you're really good at freehanding stuff, you could even paint something on here. I just thought this was such a cute image. I created it myself, and I thought the words around it were perfect. So after I applied it, I took a tissue and just wiped the Mod Podge off. Now I take whenever I Mod Podge something, I always take it outside and give it a clear, just a really quick mist of a clear varnish or something to protect the paper, because I don't want it to risk if I got it on there totally flat, and I don't want to deal with ironing it. It's just my quick little hacks. I'll just mist it, and I need to mist it anyway. Then I'll do the Mod Podge. So I left off for that because I was explaining in a previous video, I try to do it all at one time. We get rain, bugs, whatever. When it's a good day, I'll just take all of my crafts out there and spray away with my clear varnish. So I didn't do it, but I'm going to do that. And of course, I was showing you the different tops you can do for this. I'm going with the pumpkin look. I'm going to take this buffalo check ribbon here and these wood branches. These wood branches are down below in my description box. They're a great deal on Amazon. You can't find them at Dollar Tree anymore, and I love them. But you could use the nautical rope like I showed you. You could put a pumpkin, an acorn, whatever you want your top to be. And of course, I'm using some of the Spanish moss to cover my lid. And I made a bow. And then I made this bow out of the Dollar Tree gingham print here, but I felt like it was too much orange. So I just took some Dollar Tree lace just to break it up a little bit. And it's not, you know, I made another little bow kind of, but I didn't tie the center. I just left it flat so that I could lay this bow on top. And then I'm going to go ahead and bend raffia in half and tie it or knot it somehow, and then just kind of glue little sprays here and there because, again, I love the raffia look. It just kind of ties it in for fall. And I decided to get really creative with the little curly cube on the top here, and I spun the pip berry. Those are called pip berries from Dollar Tree. They come in different colors. I just thought it would be fun. I bought a whole bunch in white, and I thought it would be fun to do that for the curly cube instead of a plain one. And I took some leaves left over from a floral pick, also from the Dollar Tree, and I glued that in there for some greenery. I'm gluing some more Spanish moss, and then I'm going to take and glue that pumpkin right there. It's like a pick. They come in packages. If you guys shop at Dollar Tree, you've probably seen these because they've been out for many years. And I just used that to glue on the side for my little pumpkin. And that's pretty much it for the top of the lid. It's so cute. I'm just going to trim up the Spanish moss so it's not too crazy here. And you could put a push light on the bottom of this if you wanted to, right? And you could light it up. You could even crinkle some like orange cellophane in there and light that up with fairy lights. But just get creative and have fun with these. The Dollar Tree candy jars are so fun to work with. They are so versatile. There's so many things you can make with them. I'd love to know if you've made anything with them down below in the comments. Dollar Tree is really upping their game with the window clings. Sometimes you can find some really awesome prints, and I fell in love with this little scarecrow and I wanted to try something I've never done before. So I'm grabbing one of the Dollar Tree mason jars, and the sticker is hard to get off. I did it with a blow dryer and rubbing alcohol, and it actually worked amazingly well. If the glue's warm like that, you can easily remove it with just a little bit of rubbing alcohol. You don't have to use the acetone. I don't mind using acetone. It's just if you're wearing nail polish and stuff, or if you have dry skin or cuts on your fingers, it's not always as easy to work with as the rubbing alcohol. So I just want to let you know the rubbing alcohol did work. And then of course I just applied my window cling on there, and I'm going to Mod Podge this entire jar. So I'm putting Mod Podge on top of the Scarecrow, around the edges of him, wherever he's kind of popping up on the curves of the jar, and also on the back of it, like everywhere. I'm just covering this, and I will blow dry it and show you what it looks like, because for those of you that love the frosted glass look, I just wanted to show you how beautiful this looks, because you can absolutely just stop right here, look at that, and you'll just have a frosted glass right there. So cute, so simple. And you can also add some acrylic paint to your Mod Podge, and that will give it a frosted glass with different tints. So you can make like a stained glass effect if you want. You can make jars in different colors. That's always fun. But today I wanted that cinnamon warm autumn vibe. So I put my Mod Podge on because that will help my acrylic paint stick to my glass. And I'm using the color Nutmeg Brown. It's one of my favorite colors from Apple Barrel Paint. And this is Burnt Umber, also from Apple Barrel Paint. And I'm just going to kind of do a 2-layer. That's it. Just kind of, this is definitely a visual. You just kind of play with it till you get the look you want. I wanted to kind of get a vibe of somewhere between cinnamon, rust, and chocolate. You know, because really that's like the vibe again during fall for me. So you could do this orange, you could do whatever color you want. But for me, I just wanted to do this. And I'm going to tap with the little sponge brushes just around the edge, give it a good blow dry, and that's what we end up with. Isn't that pretty? I love that like cloudy look you get when you mix colors like that. I love that. So I'm just using a coffee lid for my circle as a template, but you could use, oh, you know what? Shoot, I forgot I have those balloon templates. I showed that in a previous video. I bought a bunch of balloon templates. They're like for measuring balloons, but they're a bunch of different plastic circles, and they're awesome for crafting. I mean, what an awesome tool to have. You just have choices of so many different circles, and I definitely could have used that. Okay, that's all right. So I cut Dollar Tree lace down the center, and that's because when I tried to glue the full lace on, it was overpowering the lid. So I ended up having to make it skinnier. And then I took some of the Dollar Tree twine and I glued a small bow on top of that. Again, I didn't want to overpower the actual lid, because that's a whole cute part, in my opinion, of these crafts, and I've never made one. I know that's hard to believe. All the things I've made in my lifetime, I have never made a mason jar with the fabric on top of the lid. I don't know why, but I thought, you know, this is the time, Holly. It's fall. You see this all the time. Like if you go on holiday and you're at an orchard or a pumpkin patch, they've always got this in the little store next to the, you know, that shoots off of the little tourist attraction there. So I'm making one, and what I did is I grabbed one of the Dollar Tree storm candles right here, and I put the Mod Podge on that, and I also put the Mod Podge on top of the lid from the mason jar. So you know how the mason jar from Dollar Tree comes apart, the lid, it comes apart. Don't put the bottom gold part on. You're just gluing, like underneath there, I'm literally just gluing that fabric onto the outer rim of the lid, and you keep the top of the lid for this part of the craft. And of course I'm painting it to match the jar. Then I took some of the Nutmeg Brown paint and I'm just tapping it on the lace there. Give me your opinion down below in the comments. I felt like the lace was a little bit too bright and loud. I just wanted to tone it down, so I added a little bit of paint. Some people use ink, either one works. And then I'm doing my little like blending there of colors with the burnt umber paint so it matches the rest of the jar. And I'm just taking hot glue and gluing it on. So hot glue works really, really well. And I always mention I am using Surebonder hot glue. I get it at Walmart. It's not expensive at Walmart, and it holds like this right here. I've used hot glues in the past that were budget friendly off of Amazon, and when I would go and glue something like this down, it would pop off eventually, and I haven't had that problem with Surebonder. I'm not getting any money. I'm not sponsored, but it's just important to know that if you should use the right glue. So on this top here, I want to do something different. And I wanted to do something where I wouldn't commit. So I didn't want to glue anything down because there is the candle on top in case I have to access it, in case I need to change it out, or just, you have to change a battery sometimes. So I didn't want to glue anything, and the pit berries were heavy. It was perfect for this. I just wrapped it around my finger, put it down there, and then I tucked the raffia in between little pit berries. And then to tone that candle down, because these storm candles are super bright. Oh my goodness, they will blind you. So I just used a little bit of the Rub and Buff gold paint, and I painted the top of the flame, and this is it. We're all done, and I think it came up so pretty. I love the vibe, like the feeling I get from it when it's on my countertop. It just screams autumn and fall. Coffee, hot cocoa, cinnamon, just the warmth of the season. Let me know what you think. For this one, you're going to need a Dollar Tree fishbowl. I think I did pay $1.50 for that. That's why that little red sticker, it's like the evil red sticker. But it's still such a great deal. It's like I'm mad that prices went up. And at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I can't beat that. Where am I going to go for $1.50? Some yard sales charge that. So I left that in. I did use rubbing alcohol again and heat just for those of you that need that extra information. And we're using the window clings again. And they really have nice ones this year, by the way. There's another one that I found the day I bought that fishbowl. Because we all know with the window clings at Dollar Tree, it is definitely a hit and miss. So this year, I just noticed they upped their game. So be sure to hit your Dollar Tree and take a look. So I am making a food safe craft here. I really wanted to have something that I just could, if I bake pumpkin bread or cornbread and I wanted to display it out on the counter, and I probably will put I have like a little glass lid that goes over a cake stand that will fit this plate. So I'll probably just use that to keep it fresh, or you can cover it with saran wrap too. But I really wanted something that was totally food safe. So I'm doing the window clings underneath the plate. I have seen people glue napkins on the bottom of the plate. I mean, that works too. And as long as it's on the bottom, you really, really don't have to worry about anything. And of course, the Dollar Tree see-through glass plates work great for that. So I just ended up strategically, I guess, placing the leaves around that saying. I thought that was pretty and simple and looked like something that would be store-bought. And then I have these little mini pine cones I got off of Amazon. They are down below in my description box too. So I filled up the fishbowl, and then this is going to be the base. And then I just added a pumpkin. And after I added the pumpkin, I thought, oh my gosh, you know what? They charge a fortune for things that look like this. And so I thought, I just took a really quick picture. This is on my crafting table. I'm like, that would be really pretty just to make a bunch of those and pop them around the house wherever you need a little bit of, decor for fall. Look at that, how simple and how beautiful and elegant that looks. I just want to show you how that looks by itself, because I thought that definitely had like a high-end look. So we're grabbing this wood round from Walmart. Now I bought this about 3 months ago. It was still $1. Really hesitate to quote prices because you never know, but I wanted to keep a woodsy feel here. I wanted to be able to see the words, but I wanted just raw wood. I wanted to see the grain. I didn't want to stain it. I didn't want it to be white. I wanted it to look like real wood, and that is real wood, so that made it simple. I glued it on top, put my little plate on top of that, and look how high-end and beautiful and elegant this looks. This is going to be perfect for my kitchen island. That's where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it on my island with other fall decor around it, but I think it's going to look pretty. Let me know what you think. My Dollar Trees often have these tote bags made out of canvas, and they are awesome for DIYs. I mean, obviously you can make a pillow out of it. You can go to Walmart and get one of those $3 cheap pillows and just use the fill and fill these, and they're great for like porch decor or inside your house. So I'm going to make something different. I've been looking at this, thinking, okay, we don't want to do a pillow because I already have fall pillows. So I thought I'm going to start by cutting off the handles. And then this is one of those cutting boards. It comes two to a pack from Dollar Tree. And this is one that I kind of use. It's getting a little bit dirty. I use them when I paint to protect like the white paper underneath, just so I don't waste paper, I guess, because it's a tree. And so I try to paint on top of that so I can just wipe it off. And then I thought, well, this is getting a little dirty and it's a little bent, so I'm going to use it for a craft now. This is going to be perfect. So I grabbed one of these. I think they're like a garden lattice, and they have those bottom little prongs that you can bend really easy. And if you bend them back and forth, I'm showing you that they break off really simple. So I removed those because you're going to need to if you want to recreate this. And then I did fold the back side of the canvas bag down just a little bit more to make it a little bit shorter, but I didn't do it to the front. So you'll see that in a minute. I didn't have to. And then I just laid the lattice down on top, and I just start hot gluing it like crazy. Every single place and again, I'm using Surebonder, so this is definitely going to stay. And I just went ahead and hot glued it. And then another thing too, you don't have to cut the handles off. If you find these canvas bags, you could recreate this and just use 2 cutting mats and glue the cutting mat on top of, the front of the canvas and the back of the canvas. I think it would still work that way because you would have the support from the cutting mats and it wouldn't bend. So I just wanted, and you could use the handles to hang it if you want. You can do this however you want. I just thought this lattice would be fun and I want it for my front door. So I went ahead and I glued the cutting mat over that, and that's to give it a little pocket so you don't see the metal from the lattice so much. It'll make sense when I'm done. So then I have to glue it back together, and now we're going to start decorating it. So I took a little bit of this Dollar Tree plaid ribbon. I love this ribbon, and I put it on the top of the canvas bag right here. That was my first like decorative little piece right there. And then I had the bright idea to take the Dollar Tree hula skirt and braid it, and then like put it down the side because I thought, oh, that looked kind of cute. That's a fall. And then I hated it. Oh my gosh. And somebody asked me like 2 weeks ago, could you please leave your mistakes in when you make mistakes? And I went, okay, I do make mistakes. It doesn't bother me because I love crafting. It's just a process, you guys. If you make a mistake, don't freak out. Just take a deep breath and relax. Put some music on or watch a favorite TV show, whatever you want to do. I want to show you a hack here. This is really, because I thought, oh no, all that hot glue, Surebonder, it does not come off. It does. If you do this, obviously if you feel it with your finger, it will still be stiff in that area, but it makes it flat for you so that you can put something else over it. So that's the little hack. You just lay your glue gun on it, keep rubbing it, and it will just ball up and come off. So no problems. And then I took some more of the buffalo check ribbon right there, and I glued it down the side. And then I have these really cute buttons, and I think I got the buffalo check and the buttons from Temu. I think I'm like 99.9% sure. And then I started filling it up with fall florals. I just went to the Dollar Tree literally for this because I didn't have any fall florals, and they've got some nice florals. Now, I was thinking to take a little bit of brown paint or ink or whatever and just kind of darken the leaves and make everything look, darker. But my home faces the sun really. It's harsh. I don't know what's up, but everything I put on my door fades out pretty fast. Like within a month, it'll be half the shade. This is why I have to replace. It's fun though, I craft, but I have to replace things from my front door all the time. So I did not want to darken these because they are going to fade out. I need them to be as bright as possible. I also have a storm door with glass, so the sun reflects off of it. So everything needs to be bright so you can see it. And then I just put a bow on raffia, leaves, pumpkins, just, did the whole little embellishment thing. And I think this came up so cute. There it is on my front door. You're going to be able to see it. And I think it's a great, fun, and different way to use Dollar Tree canvas bags for decor. I mean, look at that. That is so festive and so fun. And it was easy to do. And again, you could do it with the handle. Just leave the canvas bag handles on. Let me know which one was your favorite in today's video. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, please like the video. Leave a comment. I love to hear from you guys. And here's another video I think you might enjoy watching next.